Everybody, Chevy, nobody else's auto. We're over here in the new yard checking out some more cool old iron. Got a few cool things to show you tonight, and something that's kind of different, really different actually. We're starting off with something pretty common, 1968 Chevy C10, half-ton long bed pickup. No motor in this truck, hood's gone, but and somebody else has already got some of the goodies off of it. But a lot of good stuff on this pickup yet. Still has a few pieces of trim on it. One thing that surprised me when I looked this old truck over, the bed on this truck is not half bad. We can look right here all the way along the left bedside. We don't see a lot of rust. We don't see any serious damage or dents. So I think the bed on this truck's going to be savable. We can kind of come around the back and look here. One of the doors is laying in the back as well as some other stuff. But we got a few little spots of rust here in the corners. But overall, not too bad. I was really surprised looking at the condition of this bed when I started looking this truck over. We look at the right side of the bed, kind of the same thing. Pushed in a little bit back here on the back part of it, but overall, this bed I think is probably something that's definitely going to be workable. Come up along this side, we can see obviously like we saw on the other side, the dash is already stripped out of it. But up front, it actually does still have its grill in it, and the grill looks pretty decent, other than the typical dings and dents, but it's solid. So we got the trim on it. And obviously, the unique look the 67, 68 had was kind of all by themselves before they changed the nose on them in 69. So even though this truck is nowhere near complete, still a lot of good stuff on it. And these trucks are getting extremely popular, and anything decent's getting really tough to find. Next one we've got for you is the one that's really pretty unique and pretty interesting. This is it. Doesn't look like too much. Actually, quite a bit more here than what meets the eye. So we'll come up front and look under this custom built hood, cowl, assembly thing, whatever somebody put on this truck. And we can take a look at what we've got in here. If we can get in here and see it. Still got a tag on this truck from the Whippet 6 Motor Truck Company. So we've got a Whippet truck is what we've got here. I'm guessing early 20s. So like I said, something kind of different and unique. A Whippet truck, I would probably classify as different and unique. So, especially when you got a custom built hood. Don't know where they were going with that, but hey, it's different. As I was looking this truck over, getting ready to shoot this video, like I said, it didn't look like there was a lot here until I started looking. And if we start looking at the pieces, now you got to remember, this stuff from the 20s all the way up into the mid 30s was wooden structure. So this is pretty typical on how, in today's world, if you can find something from the 20s that's somewhat intact, this is about what it looks like, because all this wood is gone. We grab this piece right here, and we've got hinges on it. We've got a place for the door striker, so this had to have been part of the A-pillar post for this truck. And you can see how all this wood is just rotten and falling apart. And that's what's happened to all these vehicles from this era over the years. This wood just rots and falls apart. So the vehicles essentially fall apart into a pile. So as I started looking around, we can see right here, we've got the windshield frame, we've got the windshield hinge, even still got the original sun visor on it. We've got the windshield wiper assembly, the hand-operated wiper assembly is still there. Lots of other miscellaneous tin there. We've got the running boards, the fenders. We get back here, the whole back of the cab is still here. It's got a little rust on the bottom of it, but the panels are still there with all these stampings, the window openings. Almost looks like it may have been an extended cab or super cab, kind of the way it looks. These rear fenders are laying here. Don't know if this is what they were for or not, but they are big rear fenders, so they absolutely could have been a truck fender, or they could have just gotten thrown on this pile with this truck. But they were laying here when I bought the place, so I'm guessing they could have been for this truck. We look down here close, we've still got the little hubcaps on them. On this side at least. Still got the dash structure in it. The metal part of the steering wheel is there, and we can still see the wood screws sticking out where they had the wood screwed to the steering wheel that you held on to. So, really unique piece. Definitely something different, definitely something cool, and definitely something you don't see every day. But neat piece, definitely wanted to show it to you. Gonna catch one more old truck tonight, and not a lot left of this one. The 42 to 47 era Ford we've got right here. This was a half-ton pickup, but somebody's already cut this one up quite a bit. Somebody, I'm assuming, decades ago was doing probably chopping a roof or extending a cab, so they cut the roof off of this one, probably for pieces of metal. We still got the front clip stuff here. A lot of it is savable. It's not perfect, but it's, you know, dinged and dented, but not a ton of rust. So there is still some savable front end pieces on it. You know, this cab's already been cut up, so there's probably still a few other patches that could be cut out of the cab even. But not a ton left of it. There's a front bumper bar. It's, you know, the chrome shot on the front bumper bar. But if somebody was building a rat rod or a patina truck, there's a front bumper for one that's got a cool aged and weathered look to it as well. So that's kind of what we had for you tonight. Kind of an interesting mix of trucks. We got a Chevy, a Ford, and a Whippet truck in there for you tonight. So it's not your standard Chevy, Ford, Dodge video when you throw a Whippet truck in the middle of it. But hey, that's what's fun about these videos. There's always something different. There's always something cool, and you never know what's going to pop up next. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. If you're on Facebook, please share the video with your friends. Invite them to like the page so they can come over, hang out with us, keep up with the new videos, and see what we've got going on. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Check out all my other videos. It's all old car stuff, cars, trucks, automobilia. If it's not gearhead stuff, it's probably not going to be on here for the most part because I don't really know much about anything else. So that's about all we cover on here. So as always, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate you stopping by, taking a few minutes out of your evening to hang out with me, check out what we've got going on out here. As always, if you need to get a hold of me about vehicles or parts, you have to call me. 620-786-4428. Having a short conversation about your vehicle and your build, your make, model, body style, direction you're going with your build, the parts you need, things like that is what I need to know if I've got anything out here to help you out with. As you can see behind me, we've got a lot of cars here, close to 1,400 on the ground on 20 acres. So I have a lot of inventory. So having that short conversation about your specific build and exactly what you need is what I've got to have to see if I've got anything that can help you out. So as always, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate you stopping by, spend a few minutes hanging out with me tonight, seeing what we've got going on. So stay tuned, more cool videos coming, and we hope to see you soon on the next one.